Hey guys, so today I'm gonna do two videos. I'm thinking I'm gonna upload them at the same time or not. I can't decide, but it's gonna be my favorite palettes. This is going to be the face palette video, and then another one is going to be eyeshadow palettes. So maybe they're not like my holy grails, but they're things that I'm really loving like in the past like 3 months-ish. So to start off, this is the Glow Kit in Sun Dipped from Anastacio. And this is supposed to be limited edition. We'll see how long it stays up. Sometimes limited edition, is it just me? Or like limited edition doesn't mean limited edition anymore. It just means we're gonna take your money now because it's limited and you guys can go crave for it, and then we'll re-release it later and make it permanent. You know what I mean? I feel like that is like so the strategy that every company is using. It's kind of annoying because it creates this like intense frenzy to buy stuff. Anyway, I love this kit. I have the one, what is it? Is it Gleam? Not Gleam. Gleam is the cool toned one. There's one that's warm tone. I have that too. I feel like I like this one better. These are the shades. So you have Bronzed, Summer, Tourmaline, and Moonstone. They're all really pretty. This one I've used a lot as an eyeshadow because it's just obviously too dark to use as a highlight. But Summer and Moonstone, so gorgeous. And this shade, Tourmaline, it's just such a unique shade. It's like, I mean, I guess you would describe it as cool tone, but on the skin, especially if you have like warmer skin, it pulls more neutral and looks really, really pretty. I mean, do we even have to talk about the quality of Anastacio like glow products? They're all amazing. And the price of these is crazy, right? 40 bucks for 4 full-size, like, drugstore shit is not shit. L'Oreal, let's say L'Oreal for example. You can't even get 4 L'Oreal highlighters for this price. Like, and the L'Oreal ones are not as good as this. The next one is from Wet n Wild. It's the Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Caramel Toffee. I know I've showed this to you guys before in Dulce de Leche, and for me, mine came out different. So I'll try and make sure this is the right one to show you guys, but this is kind of a dupe of the Marc Jacobs. I actually probably should have included the Marc Jacobs in this video because that one is really, really good too, but this one was just more readily available. This is a really great bronzer, I think. I wouldn't use this as a contour because it is quite warm. You can, actually, on me it leans more neutral, but overall I've used this as a bronzer. And then this color as the under eye and like to clean up this area under your bronzer, both really, really pretty. And those are swatches right there. It does look quite cool, doesn't it, this shade? I guess the whole point was to show that the quality of it is really good. Like, they blend so nicely, they're so soft, and the pigment is just right. For that kind of thing, for contour powder, I never want it to be too pigmented because too much contour is really scary, just as too much bronzer is very scary. The only thing that isn't, we can never really get enough highlight. Highlight always looks real great. The next product is from Hourglass. It's the Sunset palette. It's the Illume Sheer Color Trio. I love this. This is so good. I feel like cream products have come such a long way. Cream products used to be like relegated to like people with really dry skin, or they're relegated to just being used as a base on underneath a powder product of a similar color. But nowadays, I feel like another product I'm gonna share with you guys from Pure Cosmetics also. You use them alone, they stay and they're beautiful. So here are the shades here. I think was this supposed to be limited? I've seen it for a while. So there's like a contour, a blush, and a highlight. Oh my god, so pigmented and so pretty. I would say that the contour and the blush are more emollient and the highlight is a little less so, but I think that's good. We don't want that highlight dripping off. So this you can really blend out and it looks so good as a contour. This blush, I don't even like blush like that, but I do love cream blush. If you follow me, you know I love cream blush, and this is a really great, it's a very like glowy, and glowy not that and it reflects light, but glowy in that it makes your skin look like you were just in the sun for just maybe a good 15-20 minutes. And then that's the highlight. Very, very pretty. I really, really like this palette, whether it be to use it for a base before you do other things to your skin makeup wise, or just to use on its own. So might as well share the Pure Cosmetics one with you now. If you watch my vlogs, you've seen this many times. This is the one in Sunkissed. There's another one that's cooler toned, and here's a good close-up of this. I think for the price, get this one over the Hourglass one, unless you really, really like the Hourglass shades. You know what I like also? This other thing I wanted to share with you about Pure Cosmetics, their packaging is really mimicking some high-end stuff. Okay, so here's the Hourglass. Also, this Tom Ford. Like, seriously, guys. We're looking real similar. I love it. It's fantastic. And to me, like, the color is slightly different. It's not so much that they're copying more high-end brands, but it's definitely nice. This I love so much. The texture is much more hard pressed and the pigment is much more, how do you explain it? It's more of a wash of color, but still super, super pretty. So those are the shades right there. How gorgeous. Like, that's the highlight. This is more of a blush, and this is like the bronzy shade. That bronzy shade, do you see the gold that's reflected in that brown? The color, the way all the shimmer and color is suspended and plays together in these products is so good. And this is something where, like, even if you have oily skin, I still think maybe you can get away with not applying a powder on top of it. The Hourglass, I feel like if you have oily skin, you probably might want to set it with a powder. Maybe not the highlighter so much, but the other two, you might want to use as a base. If you have normal to dry, you're okay. Kind of play with it based on like how cold it is outside, how hot it is outside, whatever, where you're gonna be. You're gonna be dancing, you're gonna just have dinner, whatever. But this, definitely you can get away with not using a powder. It is so beautiful and it blends. It's, love this so much. This next one is from Tom Ford. I know this was supposed to be limited edition, but I still see it on a lot of websites. So if it's available somewhere, I'm definitely gonna link it below. It's the Tom Ford Skin Illuminating Powder Duo in Moodlight. You get 2 shades of highlighter. Oh, it's so pretty. You know, when this was first released, anyone that picked this up or was sent this item for review definitely was used nonstop, because look at how beautiful that is. Like, the highlight is stunning. It's not going to be in your face, but it's definitely beautiful and to make your skin look beautiful. And then this shade, depending on your skin, I used to use it. Sometimes you could easily use it as a bronzer. Like in the winter, I could easily use it as a bronzer. Right now, not so much because I'm kind of dark, but so pretty. Or a blush topper, or even if you're just someone that just doesn't want to highlight and you just want your skin to glow, you can use that darker shade and it just looks so good. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt and Highlight from Charlotte Tilbury. You get 16 grams of product, which is really a fair amount of product for the price. This I've hit pan on. I love using this because it really is one of those products that either works perfectly as a bronzer or perfectly as a contour. The highlight I have not used as much, even though it is a very beautiful highlight. And the powders are more powdery feeling. That Tom Ford one was like a baked gelée formula, so you're not going to get kick up from that. But there's the Charlotte Tilbury. You can just see that it just looks more powdery, but they blend. Oh, they blend so beautifully. I got this when it first released in the US, and it came, I think, from Nordstrom with like a brush. So I got the whole thing. Love. That brush is the one of my favorite brushes for applying bronzer, because even though it's not like the softest brush, it diffuses color really, really well. This is from Milani. This is the number 2 bronzer XL in Fake Tan. This is awesome. You get a lot of product. I think you get 12 grams. You get a darker shade and a lighter shade. Now this shade alone, you can definitely use as your contour, and then the other side alone, you can use as your bronzer. So there's both of them. The contour shade has more of a red undertone, cool red, which is very easy for a lot of people to use. And the bronzer shade is stunning because it has like a peachy undertone. And you can also blend the two together and have like this really, really beautiful, perfect bronzer shade. I've done it. I've combined the two right there. How pretty, right? The next one will break the bank a little. It's from By Terry. It's the Sun Designer palette in Light and Tan Vibes. I picked this up off of Space and K when there was like a promotion. So I think I only paid like $60 or $62 for this. I think the retail is 82 or 92. I can't remember exactly. The other shade, number 1, has more color in it, like pink and like more like peachy tones. Right, so when you look at the palette, there's a side that's more bronzer-like and one that's more face palette-like. The side that's more bronzer-like is definitely more of like a matte satin finish, whereas this side is much more shimmery. So So those are swatches. You can see the top part is the more like bronzer side. You could definitely have a shade that can be used as a contour, and you can just blend them all together and get like a really beautiful bronzer shade. And then the bottom is like the more face palette side, where you have kind of a powder you could use as your brow highlight, a really pretty glowy blush, and then like a highlight shade that's really, really stunning. None of the pictures I've seen online have done this palette justice. It's just, you need to just get it to know and to see how amazing it is. Last but not least is a corrector palette. It's from Cinema Secrets. I had saw this on Sephora and I was like really intrigued. And then I kind of just searched for it online and I found it on jet.com. Jet.com is a site that I use pretty often. I picked up MAC from there. I just pick up random stuff from there. I did a vlog where I showed you guys like a purchase that I did off of there and kind of explained the website to you. So I'll link that below if I can find which vlog it is. This is awesome. Like, I love it because I can use it essentially the way a makeup artist would use like a foundation palette. Those are the shades. What is the shade of this palette? It just says, oh, this is in the shade, oh my God. This is in the shade number 1. So you have this really pretty kind of lighter concealer shade. This is all kind of warm toned if you look at it. So you have a light shade that you can use to brighten. These 3 I've used as concealers. These 2 are more so for correcting, but I can also use them as like to blend and create like a foundation shade for myself. And the reason I really, really like this one is I love the formula. They're so good. It's so like emollient. You press your finger in it and you get really beautiful pigment that blends really, really well. Sorry, I'm trying to like do proper swatches and not blend any of the colors. So those are swatches. Isn't the formula beautiful? I love it so much. You can easily really sculpt out a really beautiful look. Obviously you can't contour with this, maybe depending on your skin tone, but for me, I just blend and like correct, and it just, everything looks so good. So this is shade number 1, which I think is quite ideal for like a light to medium warm skin tone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It is my current favorite face palettes. If the eyeshadow one is already uploaded, I will link it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys really soon. And as always, whenever there's a video, let me know what your favorite things are that I talked about, or things that I should try. All right, bye.